Oh my god, pinche airplane, hurry up! Happy Friday, or whenever you're watching this. I'm shooting from outside today because I happen to be wearing the new sample of my Hecha en Los Angeles shirt. I switched the colors around from what I have on the hat and the stickers because I didn't like the way the blue embroidered looks. It was a little, I don't know, it just didn't look good with the shirt. But it's still very warm colored, very me, very quiero prints. But I just thought it's a lovely day, I'm wearing this shirt, so I put on some makeup. I kind of look like a clown, honestly. It's okay. Makeup has never been my strong suit, and I think at some point, like, I just have to accept I'm never gonna get good at it, and that's fine, because it's not like I'm going to galas and balls and whatever anyway. I'm also wearing my tacos before vatos necklace with the heart shape. So I'll shoot some close-ups of that. Besides this top, another thing that came in were these mug samples. This is actually one that I've had in the shop for a bit, but no one's really bought it. I think it's because it's just like a mock-up photo on the website, so people don't like trust it. So I ordered an actual sample. I should probably explain about the mugs and stuff. So for mugs, shirts, and just things that are too bulky, I use a print-on-demand service. So I design the things and I have them put on products, and they don't actually exist until somebody orders them or until I order the samples, which is cool because then there isn't any waste created for like products that people don't buy, or I don't have like a lot of stock in my office that I don't know what to do with or how to organize and stuff. I think the idea is once I get better at creating products and marketing them, I will try to have them all in-house eventually, but for now I'm sticking with print on demand. So anyway, this mug has been in my shop for a while. I just never advertise it really. I never even ordered a sample, so this is my first time actually seeing what it looks like. So I think going forward I will do that with everything, is just order a sample and make sure it looks good. The actual reason I ordered it was because I wanted samples of my new mug design so that I could take cute pictures of those. This is one of them. It says Yahweh, and around it it's don't talk to me until I've had my coffee. I wanted to do one that just says don't talk to me until I've had my coffee, but in Spanish, but it just, I don't know, the wording was a little weird or I couldn't figure it out. So I went with this. You know, it's just like someone's talking to you in the morning and you're not awake yet. You're just like, Yahweh, like, shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me until I've had my coffee, you know? So my dad was walking by. He's probably like, why is she yelling Yahweh? Besides, I think like the bigger part of the brand is that it is Spanglish. So if you're shopping from my site, chances are you've used this expression, or your whitino self is like, don't talk to me until I've had my coffee, okay? So that's what this one is. I also have that one as an enamel mug, which I don't have the sample for yet, but I do have these two new ones. So you know those standard, but first coffee, white lady mugs. I decided to do my own version of that. This is my but first cafecito mug. So one thing I noticed people were doing a lot is making designs with like those very archy rainbows. I wanted to do something similar, but I just didn't want to use those damn rainbows. I'm so freaking tired of seeing them. So I did like a little sunshine, because once again, part of my brand is I'm also very Los Angeles, so a bright sunrise I thought was very cute. And lastly, I have a simple Buenos Dias mug. I like this one. It's simple, it's not too feminine, not too anything. And it's just like a cute, simple, everyday design. I'm gonna go ahead and take pictures of these. They're already available in the shop, only if you go like literally right now as I'm recording this, you'll probably just see a mock-up picture. Which I kind of like those because they're like nice and clean, plus I added like a slightly different colored background than your regular white background mock-ups. But I do always want to add like a realistic lifestyle picture so that customers know what they're getting. So as soon as I got up after saying all that stuff, I realized I'm really hungry. So I went inside and made myself a torta. And also I realized my nails look like shit right now. Luckily I have press-ons inside that I specifically bought so that I could take pictures of like stickers and stuff, because I'm always holding them out with my fingers like this. So I figure, oh, I should just have some press-ons on hand so that I can like just put one on my thumb and one on my index finger. So after I eat lunch, I'm gonna go inside and do that. crazy. I was just thinking the other day about how it hasn't been since the holidays that I've received any orders for the Mercado mystery bags. And then just last night I got 2 orders for them. Is this how manifestation works? Cause I'm about it. You know what I'm also about is terrible transitions. So I thought instead of the usual time lapse, I'd take this moment to do a little Q&A. I asked you guys on Instagram if you have any questions, and a few of you got back to me, so let's get through them. Any tips for better social media management when you are a small business owner? I would say one of the most important things, and I feel like any social media person will tell you this, is schedule your content ahead of time. I use an app called Later for when I'm running Quiero Prints, and another app called Planoly, I believe, for my personal account. On the rare occasion I do decide to start posting there. Just make sure throughout the week that the content you have scheduled is still kind of, appropriate for the week. I feel like sometimes things happen in real life and people are mourning certain events and stuff, and you just don't want to accidentally post something inappropriate. So schedule your content ahead of time and then just pay attention to what's going to be posted on a given day, just to make sure you're not posting anything that would seem tone deaf or inappropriate. And if you're having trouble figuring out what kind of content you should post, I would suggest picking 3 or 4 categories and just pick a day of the week to post each type of category. So maybe on Monday, you'll post a motivational quote. Tuesday, you could promote your new products or sale or whatever. Wednesdays, maybe you'll shout out another small business, and so on and so forth. So pick a few types of content that you think your audience will resonate with. And I would say even look at your past posts and see what does well, and that might help you pick what will work well in the future. How do you get the right customer and community to see your things? I would say speak directly to that customer. Think about who your ideal target market is, and I don't mean just women ages 14 to 24. I mean what kind of music do they listen to? What are their favorite foods? What's their background like? What did they major in college? Things like that. Literally come up with a person in your head, give them a whole ass personality of this is who I want my customer to be, and then talk to that person. Don't talk to your customers as if they're a lot of people. Talk to them as if you're just talking to that person that you came up with that is your ideal number 1 ride or die target market. You'll start to notice that when you're talking to them, you're kind of talking as them. So that'll attract people that want to sort of be friends with that person, and it'll attract that type of person. So, it's sort of a win-win, trying to figure out who your market is, because you kind of become the market, if that makes any sense. Somebody else asked what my favorite product is and why. I assume you're asking about the products that I've made. I would say the Hay Comida en la Casa bag by Baggu is one of my favorites, because not only is that a fun, relatable product and one of the first that I actually put on Quiero Prints, but it's also just a really good product in general. I love Baggu bags. They're sturdy, they last a while, and I think that's a really fun one. Oh, I also really like the recalentado stickers, the ones with the beans and rice and caldo. Mostly because I feel like it brings out the nostalgia in literally everyone that's seen it. It's like every once in a while someone will repost that product on their Instagram stories with a comment or a memory. And I just think that's so beautiful. Because one of the big things about my brand is I do want it to be nostalgia, but also, to make you laugh, to bring a smile to your face. And I feel like those products do exactly that with everybody. Someone else asked how I stay organized, asking for a friend, LOL. How do I stay organized? In what way? I mean, there's staying organized at home. I'm gonna assume you're just talking about work stuff. I have certain tasks that I do every day, like checking for orders and packing them and things like that. But other than that, I use a website and app called Trello. It's super easy. You just plug in your tasks, or if you have a big task, you can make a card out of that and then add check marks for each part of that task. So that's helped me a lot. There's a similar one called Asana and another one called Notion that I know people really like too. I've been trying to switch to Notion actually. I just haven't fully made the switch yet. I really like that it kind of combines Trello and Google Docs and like a few other apps at the same time. It's just not like the most intuitive to me. But the cool thing is like you can really customize it. But if you're not like worried about super customizing things, I would say just start with Trello because that one is like easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Sorry if I sound weird. I haven't done a Q&A format ever, so this is kind of me practicing, but also me doing the thing. Next question. How long were you on Etsy before you made the switch to your Shopify store? Oh man, I was probably on Etsy for like 3 years, but I would say I didn't make the switch to Shopify because I still am on Etsy and Shopify. And the reason for that is I think Etsy customers aren't necessarily your customers, they're Etsy's customers, right? Like you're not allowed to take their email address and send them email blasts every once in a while. But you could still take advantage of the fact that they have millions of users on there and that they are on there every day looking for like handmade small business goods. So it just doesn't hurt for me to be on there. Shopify, on the other hand, isn't a marketplace. It is just a platform where you can create your own store. So whenever I'm like promoting my business, I am promoting the Shopify store because I want those customers to be my customers. So any content I create is for people who have found guieroprints.com, the Shopify store. And those tend to be the people that come back, the ones that like you for you because they're following you specifically. They're not just on Etsy looking for a gift for somebody else. And I mean, if you have more questions about that, let me know. I've been using both platforms for a while now. I just started my store on Shopify last year. But I've worked with other e-commerce brands, which is why I was like really confident in just making a store there. Any advice on finding good manufacturers for stationery goods? I don't have advice on finding them, but when you do find manufacturers, ask them for a sample kit. A lot of them, especially if they're online based, just have that as something you can check out for either free and you just pay for shipping, or it might just cost like $5. But what they'll usually do is send you a sample kit with like examples of all the paper goods they have. And so you can actually see the quality. A few of them I like to use are Stationery HQ, uprinting.com. I don't personally like Vistaprint because I am an American sizes hoe, and I feel like, I don't know if anyone else cares or notices, but like let's say I want 4x6 cards or 5x7 cards, they don't have that. Like they say they do, but then the sizes are like slightly off by a few millimeters and it's just like super annoying. Don't use Vistaprint. Or use it, I mean, not everyone is me. I come from a print design background, so that stuff bothers me a lot. Like, I just want everything to be standardized, but yeah, that's my advice. Next question. Do you do your business full-time? If so, when did you decide to go full-time? Yeah, I kind of do it full-time in that I'm unemployed right now because of the pandemic. So this is what I'm doing. I didn't really decide to so much as the world decided for me. But I think the idea is to grow it enough in this time that I am able to like work on this full time and make a profit. Because the alternative is I have to go back to corporate America so that I can continue to fund my business. But if I just focus on growing it now, then I can just continue to fund my business by selling things through my business. Someone else asked, do you prefer Shopify or Etsy? I'm thinking about switching platforms. I kind of answered this one already. I think you should start off on Etsy because it's just easier for people to find you there. Like, continue working on building your own audience while being on Etsy. That way you can still get Etsy's customers while you have your own audience. And then eventually switch to having your own, or have both, just like I do. And my last question is, I'm curious what cardstock you like to use to print your backings for stickers, etc. Oh boy, you want specifics? I can give you specifics. Let's do this. So my backer cards I order through uprinting.com. And if you want to just steal my specs, I use 14-point cardstock matte in various sizes depending on the products. And the sizes on Uprinting just kind of depend on the product you select. So the 2x3.5 are technically business cards and the 4x6 are technically postcards. And then also I have the 3.5x5 flat thank you cards also printed on 14-point cardstock matte, but those are considered flat invitations. You got that? I'll write it down for you. Sorry, I just love giving people my secrets. Other than that, the greeting cards, I currently print them on Uprinting, but I'm gonna switch to Stationery HQ just because I like their paper quality better. Last year I was just kind of trying to get products on my shop real quick, so I use Uprinting because they're tried and true. I used to use them for quinceañera invitations and stuff. Okay, cool. I did it. Did my first Q&A. Give me feedback on this, please. I don't know why. I'm just like so nervous answering questions. Like, can you hear my voice getting raspy? This is how you know I'm never gonna host a podcast. All right, I'll catch you in a bit. So while I wait for the ink on these to dry, I thought I would open this package. It's the last of the pens. I'm very excited to check it out. After this, I'm gonna compare them with the ones that I got last week and pick which factory I'm gonna go with. Nope. They really love to tape these up, don't they? And it's always this yellow tape. Sorry. There's a señora coming out. Like, the window that I have here has like a direct view of the entrance to the neighbors. Anyway. It's okay, they can't see in here. It's one of those like reflective windows. Party pens! Okay. They're so cute. First off, let me tell you what I was up to last week. I didn't film any of it because I didn't think it was interesting, but now I kind of regret it because it kind of is if you're interested in packaging. So, I don't know why I had it in my head that I was gonna make really cute packaging, like some nice custom boxes for my pen, or maybe like a backer card with a cute fold with the logo, and that they were gonna stand vertical, and I don't know, I just had like big plans for packaging. I even like designed it, you know, because that's been my job in the past. It's like you make a product, you decide on packaging. So in my head, like I went packaging first. So last week I was just like cutting up pieces of paper and folding it just to make sure that I'm able to secure the pens so that they don't like move around in the boxes. And while I was doing the cuts, I noticed that when I like slid the pen into it, it actually fit perfectly inside of a 4x6 card. So I was like, hold on a minute. I have 4x6 cards that I use for my stickers. I have 4x6 sleeves that I also use for stickers. What if I just make the same cut that I was making on my mock-up box, but on one of the cards that I already have? And like, sure enough, they fit perfectly. They don't move around. Like, it's just, it made me so happy. I mean, I'm bummed because I'm not gonna make, you know, cute custom packaging for these, but it's also really cool because that means I don't have to spend extra money on it, which means I can sell these at a better price than I had planned already. And I think, I don't know, like, saving my customers money, I think, is more important than having awesome new packaging, right now at least. And I mean, this isn't bad packaging. Like, even if I were to wholesale this, I can still like punch a hole in here and like people would be able to hang these in their store really nice. Oh, do you want to see what I ended up doing? It's like the simplest thing. It's one of those things where you come up with all these solutions for something and sometimes it's just the simplest one that works. Okay, you see this card? I just made a cut here and I slid it into there and that was that. And I put it in the bag and I shook it around and it's super secure, so I'm so happy with this. But anyway, we're gonna check out the new ones. Okay, I have to stand up so I can show you in the daylight. So these are the ones I got last week. These are the ones I picked up today. As you can see, this one's like darker but shinier, but the glitter's also a lot darker, which kind of goes with this color though. And this one's a lot more like bright and vibrant, and the glitter is chunkier and more colorful. So now basically I just have to decide if I want them to look a little more classy or a little more fun. So I'm gonna put these on the package that I have right now just to see how they look Okay, so these are last week's and that's how they look in the package. My other dilemma is if I go with this vendor, I asked and they're actually able to do the text in gold because like once I saw these, I'm like, ooh, they're so classy. I want to do it in gold. So if I get these, the text might end up being in gold depending how it looks. I'm gonna ask for pictures of what that'll look like because I don't want to have to pay for shipping again. So they're gonna send me the colors where it's white, white, pink, and then they're gonna send me one where they're all gold. And by send me, I mean send me a picture. And this is what the ones I got today look like on the package. How cute are they? I honestly, so it's definitely gonna depend on one, how the others look with the gold text, and two, how much they're gonna cost. One of them does cost twice as much as the other. So I'm not gonna tell you guys which ones I end up choosing. You'll just have to see them when they get here. Okay, now I'm gonna put the rest of these guys away and do some more mindless work. I'm not done assembling the pins, but I do have to leave right now because I have to go to the optometrist and pick up my glasses because your girl can't see, apparently. I don't know. I never thought it was an issue that I can't see signs far away and that I can't drive that well at night because everything looks fuzzy. Whatever. So I'm gonna go do that. But I guess that's it for this week. So thanks so much for watching. If you're watching on IGTV, I do have a YouTube channel, so if you could head over there and subscribe. If you're already watching me on YouTube, thank you so much. Hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Hi, end screen Reina here, just to say, who allowed me to drive without glasses before? I've been wearing these for a few hours now, and I just took them off, and oh my god, everything's blurry.